One thing I want to caution against, Sean, is exactly what happened in June. What I expect is that Donald Trump will once again run circles around Kamala Harris, just as he did with Joe Biden in that last debate. And I think if Kamala Harris really does tank in this debate, and I think there's a decent chance that happens, I think there are strange things that could happen between now and November, because the Democrats, they have been playing this as, in some ways, one step ahead.
You're suggesting that we may live through another change in candidates if she didn't have a good debate?
No, I don't think it's going to be a change in the candidates. The ballots have already been printed, but I do think that we have a machine that we're up against that has demonstrated that it is going to go to great measures to defeat Donald Trump. You trace this back over the last year and a half. You've got prosecutions. You've got civil cases. You've got extrajudicial attempts to remove him from the ballot. They told us Joe Biden was definitively going to be the nominee, then negotiated for the earliest ever presidential debate in U.S. history because they knew there was a good chance Biden would underperform. Once he did, they swapped him out. I think we've got to learn from those lessons, Sean, to say that they're still going to have many more tricks up their sleeve. So the two scenarios are either Kamala Harris overperforms. I don't expect that to happen. Or what I do expect to happen is Donald Trump to seriously defeat her in this debate as he did last time around. But don't expect that to be the end of this election. I think there's going to be more tricks left up their sleeve.
So as you just heard shocking news, Vivek Ramaswamy, who correctly predicted the Democrat Party would swap out their candidate prior to the election, is making another shocking prediction that the Democrats will not sleepwalk into the election if Kamala Harris is trounced during the upcoming presidential debate against former President Donald Trump in a few days. It's unclear what else they can do. Trump's sentencing hearing was already delayed until after the election, but suffice it to say this has already been a historic campaign, and not necessarily in a good way. Laura Loomer has apparently reported that Kamala Harris's visits to small businesses in Pittsburgh, which were set up to appear as though they were random businesses, are actually filled with former Obama campaign workers and Harris campaign supporters and donors. According to Laura Loomer, the media and Kamala Harris staged all of these encounters today at a Democrat-owned spice shop owned by a radical leftist progressive donor named Bill Penzi. Here's one of those encounters.
Stan, you know.
Oh, it's gonna be good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We are all in this together.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna be fine.
We are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
Huh? Yeah. Did you get some spices?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. We're standing strong, right? We love our country. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Who's this? Is this a relative of yours
No,
or just a new friend?
It's a new friend.
Hi.
Who's this? I have no idea who she is. Oh, she's one of my campaign workers.
I'm a lawyer in Pittsburgh here, and I just admire your work so much.
Good. What kind of law you practice?
Consumer protection.
Good for you.
I'm protecting consumers.
Good for you. You know, that's the work I did as AG.
Yes,
that's good stuff.
Yes.
That's really good. Of course. Come on. Let's do it. Come on.
Oh my God, I'm shaking. Someone take it. I did not get it. Can someone take it for me, please?
Who are the yellow jackets? Come here.
They're my school.
Oh, and so apparently that lawyer, the random person just standing right there, according to Laura Loomer, is an associate attorney at the East End Trial Group in Pittsburgh. She isn't just a random consumer protection lawyer in Pittsburgh. She's a volunteer for the Pennsylvania Democrat Party, who also volunteered for Obama. This is the spice shop encounter. Of course, Kamala Harris has infamously dissed white people for never using spices in their foods. Tim Walz has participated in this, despite Tim Walz winning a spicy chili cookout a couple of years ago. These people are such frauds. So here's the totally random Harris visit to the spice shop.
Are you ready to face Donald Trump?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Best part of debate prep for you? What's your favorite?
Being at the spice store, I finally got all of the debate prep to look at these spices. Best part of debate prep so far.
So the best part of debate prep so far is just being able to leave her hotel because she's just gotta read so much and study up so much on what she's supposed to believe. According to Laura Loomer, this spice shop is owned by Bill Penzi, Democrat-owned spice shop. He's a radical leftist progressive donor. Bill Penzi's website openly tells Republicans they aren't welcome at Penzi's Spices spice stores. Wow, what a totally random visit. Additionally, Trump roasted Kamala Harris ahead of the debate. It's pretty funny, take a look.
She's right now practicing. Do you know that? She's in Pennsylvania, and she's practicing for the debate. She's locked herself in a room. She's got a lot to learn. She's locked herself in a room, and they have one problem. You know what the problem is? They have MAGA side screaming, "We love Trump, we love Trump, we love Trump," and they can't focus. Can you believe it? Just came over. They got MAGA people all over the place, and they're screaming, "We love Trump." And she can't focus. That's okay.
Trump is referring to these protesters outside of Kamala Harris's hotel in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where she is holed up studying for the debate. And somehow, ladies and gentlemen, we're reporting to you right now, breaking news, a sneak peek of the debate has leaked.
So that I don't have that big lipstick mark on the lid. So I said, can we do something about the color of the lid?
Obviously, this is fake. This is just a silly parody of the debate, but this is a real clip from Kamala Harris. Look at the full clip. It's really cringe.
We talked about those lids. So here's what I said to her. Here's what I said to her. So you know how those lids are, because this is, I'm just gonna speak, okay? So this is it. So you know how those lids on those Starbucks cups, they're white, right? And so if you wear lipstick, they get all over the lid. And so then I find myself in meetings if I'm the only woman, and that's kind of, and so I keep taking the lid off and having my cup out so that I don't have that big lipstick mark on the lid. So I said, can we do something about the color of the lid? So that was that conversation.
And there's the cackle. Look, I will say in her defense, at least she's attempting to make a joke here before dying laughing. She's usually dying laughing after saying things like, everyone needs to be woke or else, or Elon Musk needs to be removed from the internet.
You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
Yeah, like what's funny? What's funny about telling people to be woke? Even the women who are interviewing her are like, what's funny? When people hysterically laugh at things that are not funny, it's usually a sign of extreme neuroticism. I don't want to psychoanalyze her too much, but you don't need to know a lot of Freud to understand that people laughing nervously when nothing is funny is not relatable to a crowd and creeps people out. I thought this was pretty funny. This is Trump prepares for debate against Kamala by going to bar and arguing with drunks. Ouch, but not totally inaccurate.
My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? This is an extraordinary day, and I'm very thankful for our president.
Yeah, so we don't need to keep listening to this, but you get the point. She just always sounds like she's a bottle of wine deep when talking to the press or anyone else.
Joe Biden, and he's gonna speak in a minute, but there's a lot of love in this room for our president.
I know she says she's a woman of color, but she sounds white girl wasted. So are we really surprised that Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris campaign, I don't even think she's running that. She just does what she's told. Are we really surprised that they would go out with a bunch of hardcore supporters and donors, people who hate Republicans, people who literally are crying over Trump, crying at the prospect of Trump existing? Are we really so shocked that they would go out and stage a phony campaign stunt at this point? No. I don't think even her own supporters are surprised at that. But hopefully she does get some more time in the hotel. I will say Vivek's shocking prediction at the beginning of this video does concern me. He was right about the Democrats swapping out candidates so late in the game. He could be right about this. Suffice it to say that I think the events that were triggered after the June debate, again, as Vivek said, as I've said multiple times, the first time in American history that a debate was held not during the general election, even though it's a general election debate. Oh, and no one's suspicious of that at all. I will say that the events triggered after that debate, including everything, have a lot of us concerned, especially with the recent polling that showed Nate Silver showed Trump winning the Electoral College handily. I don't know what other tricks they have up their sleeve at this point, folks. I don't know, but we know they're dirty as hell.